What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video for Six Man Blitz. In today's video, I'm gonna be breaking down my Week 5 fantasy biggest heroes and my Week 5 fantasy biggest losers. Gotta start off with the biggest fantasy heroes this week. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, DJ Moore did his fucking thing. And if you're really a Bears fan, you had him, you had Justin Fields, you had Khalil Herbert, you had all the Bears in your lineup this week. And DJ Moore, he didn't disappoint. 49 fantasy points. The comparisons for, this game, Randy Moss in New England, that kind of performance. He was playing at a great level, 230 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns, 8 catches. I definitely think he needs more than 10 targets, but DJ Moore, anytime he had the ball in his hands, he was electric. It was a great performance by him against his Commanders defense. That is one of the worst in the league, but him and Justin Fields took advantage of that. And him and Justin Fields are hitting their stride. Their connection looks really great over the past couple weeks. 131 yards receiving last week. Expect more production like this. Maybe not 230 yards and 3 touchdowns, but expect a similar, kind of production, like 100 yards receiving consistently. Expect that out of DJ Moore. This is a guy that needs to get out of your flex and be your receiver one slot. The next receiver that I thought had a great day, Jamar Chase. This probably wasn't even his best game. He's even put up better numbers than this. But his performance this week was crazy. 52 fantasy points, the most fantasy points scored by any player so far this season. He had a great day. 3 receiving touchdowns, 15 catches, 100 some yards, 192 yards receiving. So him and Joe Burrow are hitting that stride too, like Justin Fields and DJ Moore. Their connection's getting there. It's been the connection it's been over the past couple seasons. They've been hitting on all strides. But the question marks about this Bengals offense, can they get it together? Can they get back where they need to be? Joe Burrow looks healthy, and Jamar Chase had a great day. And like he's been telling reporters, he's 7-Eleven, open all day. So he's been doing great. This is a guy that's, if you were thinking about trading him, or Joe Burrow, if you're thinking about trading those guys, don't do it. These two are going to continue playing at a high level as the weeks transpire and continue moving forward. Now, my unsung hero this week has to be Zach Moss, 33 fantasy points. Jonathan Taylor is back and he's healthy. He played this week. He just got paid too, but it doesn't matter. Zach Moss still had 23 rushes, 165 yards rushing, and he's third in rushing currently in the NFL. So he's been, pretty consistent with having good running days. But this was against the Titans defense that is third in rushing, in rush defense. So he was really fucking good against elite defense. So Zach Moss, I don't know about moving forward, keeping him as your RB1, but maybe a flex. Maybe you monitor how he's going to continue doing on the bench. But I don't know. Zach Moss, I think this production could continue over the next 2 weeks. But I think after that, Jonathan Taylor is going to take back his spot. I mean, Jonathan Taylor said in the press conference that him and Zach Moss can be a great running back duo. But I think, just give it 2 weeks and Jonathan Taylor will be back to that number one bell cow. But let's get to my biggest losers. You got to start off with Jordan Love, 3 interceptions. I mean, he came back to earth. I mean, the first couple weeks he was doing really good, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But against the Raiders, 3 interceptions. One of the interceptions was really fucking bad. It looked like he was throwing it directly to the Raiders linebacker, Spillane. So it was just a bad performance against this Raiders defense, which is not an elite defense, and it raises some concerns. Packers fans are losing their mind, saying Matt LaFleur is a bad coach, all this stuff, blaming coaching, but it's Jordan Love. Trust me. It's great to see this, though. Packers fans not having a Hall of Fame quarterback and just all the talk. It's great to see it. I love to see it as a Bears fan. But the next biggest loser has to be Hunter Henry. 0 catches, 2 targets, 0 fantasy points. He was just doing cardio out there. He was just out there to be out there. And anybody that's starting any player on the Patriots team offensively, you need to rethink. You need to reevaluate your life. Defensively, too. Are you starting the Patriots defense? Who is doing that after these last couple of weeks? Who's doing that? It's, obviously Hunter Henry, he needs to be cut from your team. If he's still in your lineup, if he's still on your bench, even cut him. Smith-Schuster, anybody on this Patriots team. Ramondre Stevenson too. Ezekiel Elliott, all those players, they need to be benched, cut immediately. You can't move forward, and you can't expect to win a week in fantasy with anybody on the Patriots. That's all I got for my biggest fantasy heroes and my biggest fantasy losers and my unsung hero, Zach Moss. If you're looking for more players to add, come Wednesday morning. I think Joshua Downs, receiver from the Colts, he's getting more involved in the offense. Dalton Schultz, that's another name. He's, building that connection with CJ Stroud. That's a guy that's, consistently in back-to-back weeks, double-digit points. If you need a tight end, that's your guy. And if you need a defense, say you got the Pittsburgh Steelers defense starting right now, pick up the Chiefs defense. They're playing the Broncos this week, and it should be, barbecue chicken for them. The Chicago Bears are all the way fucking back after a huge win against the Commanders. Justin Fields played great again. First half for back-to-back weeks, he's thrown, 3 touchdowns and then 4 touchdowns against the Broncos. And in the second half this time, we were a little conservative, but we were still getting the ball to DJ Moore, which I think is giving us a lot of success if you haven't been paying attention.